Whew. Days Gone 2 will never happen. Unless people start to see just how amazing the first game is, I don't see it happening. As a zombie content enthusiast, I am in constant disbelief of how quickly people are to disregard Ben Studios' Days Gone. It's personally one of my favorite zombie games ever, even one of my favorite zombie medias ever. Days Gone is one of the most underrated zombie games of our generation, and I'll die on that hill. On launch, the game was RKO'd with just like meddling review scores, lots of bugs, and general indifference. But after playing it now on current gen, for the third time no less, I am shocked that more people aren't speaking out about how amazing this game is and not demanding Sony for a sequel. But alas, to Sony it seems like Days Gone was just a complete flop. And I mean, who can blame them with like, you know, these sort of review scores? They're probably much better off focusing on their brand new hero shooter Concord. Oh, what the fuck? Thank God Sony had the forethought to just make Ben Studios work on a brand new IP rather than a sequel to Days Gone.
Sony has canceled 2 more live services. One of them that was being made by Ben Studio. That's the studio that made Days Gone.
And it's fucked. All right, listen, it's okay. It's okay. Do not panic. Do not panic. We still have HBO's The Last of Us. We still have Pedro.
Like you heard of us or something.
Okay, you might not be fine. So while Sony were out there spending $400 million on this,
No.
we fans were left waiting, hoping that just maybe the world Ben Studios created could get its much-deserved sequel. But with the recent news that Ben Studios' new live service is seemingly more dead than my literacy skills, I decided it was time to look back at the only game that ever got me hyped to own a PlayStation. Days Gone. Where the fuck did he go? Not this way. Oh shit.
Come on, stay back.
I just want to talk.
Days Gone, okay? It's a third-person, open-world action game. It follows a gruff white male protagonist, Deacon St. John, my boy, as he's been living in Oregon for the past 2 years, after the initial zombie outbreak, known as the Freakers.
Bruh.
Dude, they have the perfect chance to just... Diddy is the main character of the sequel, and he was like trying to do the freak-offs, and something went wrong. There was like a mutation in one of the baby oils, and then like started turning people into these fucking zombie things, and then you could actually call them the Freaks. Diddy Gone 2. Ooh-wee. This unknown virus turned most of humanity into these infected people, but they're hell-bent on creating like these impromptu mosh pits. They also hell-bent on trying to eat me, and they also are really fucking good at scaring the absolute shit out of me.
Close the door!
As I said, it's these mosh pits, or more colloquially known as the hordes, that are the real selling point of this game. And it's the feature that made me fall in love with this hot mess to begin with. I'm fucking dead. It's... Protect me, Shed! The gameplay mostly has you just driving your bike around, shooting guns, stealthing into enemy encampments.
Bunch of rapists and murderers.
Oh shit. Nothing to see here. Getting hit by these fucking tripwires over and over and over. But it's how these systems work and the unique bike mechanics that come together that make this like a one-of-a-kind experience. There's nothing else in the PlayStation like roster that has something like this. It has this charm and immersiveness that I feel like no other game in the like apocalyptic landscape has even come close to capturing. And I've played a lot of them. The bike mechanics are something really simple, but really crucial, and they're always ever present. You can't help but always have the bike and its needs on your mind. The constant messaging that the game tries to push to you is that this bike is your lifeline. You need to keep it fueled, you need to keep prepared, and you need to be ready to get going at a moment's notice, because things will go tits up. I'm telling you, they'll go tits up. Dick move, bro. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. You fuck. You fuckity fuck. You'll be minding your own business and boom! Horde. You're fucked. You're done. Fuel gathering is another part of the game that is really unique compared to other zombie games. It always made me mindful of where and what I was doing at pretty much any given time. It also made traveling from like waypoint A to waypoint B just that little bit extra spicy. Just gave you that little bit extra bit of tension. Because when you're not moving you're in danger, and you can feel that tension. Throughout all my hours of gameplay, from the start to the finish, there's always that tension of you need to find fuel, you need to have an idea on where you can find fuel. And luckily for the game and, you know, how it's designed, there's always fuel around if you look hard enough. Side note, I find it crazy that this game is like really stealth orientated. Every character in this game, I kid you not, rides a bike. Like a chopper, no less. Like arguably the loudest vehicle known to man. Everyone out here in the Days Gone universe, everyone in Oregon's like, yeah, fuck it, I'm riding my bike. Yeah, this is chill. Like, I haven't heard of the fucking battle Prius. I don't understand. An e-scooter? No, they're just like, yeah, my hog, I'm gonna ride my hog. They do that a lot. I don't get it. My guess is because Daryl Dixon does it, and like Daryl's fucking cool. And so they're like, yeah, I could fucking see that. Arguably this whole game is just Daryl Dixon simulator. That's another reason why I like it. Shout out to Daryl Dixon. It really helps too that the bike riding in this game is really fun. Like, I don't know what it is, but your bike feels like really weighted and down to earth, but so easily controllable. It's really fun being able to like drift and do like skirt around corners and stuff and around hordes. I don't know, it's just something about driving in this game is really fucking fun. Think of it akin to like GTA 5 when you first rode a bike in that game. I don't know about you guys, but when I first rode a bike in GTA 5, all I wanted to do was keep riding a bike. And it only gets better as you put more and more resources into it. The game has this really cool like camp currency. And the idea is that like out on your runs, you'll find like exotic plants, animals, and freakery. Yeah, fucking ears. The motherfuckers at camps pay you to give them people ears, infected ears. I don't know why they want that. I don't know why all the other 6 camps in the game were like, yeah, fuck it, this is it. You'll give me $50 for an ear? Yeah, fuck yeah. And also, super quick side note, for whatever reason, you only take 1 ear, like per dead freaker. So you kill a freaker, you only get 1. But Deacon, you're cutting half your profits here. Half your salary is just gone because you just refuse to cut the other ear. What are you gonna do with them? They're gonna like rot and smell and just, oh fuck, man. I mean, look, each your own. I'm not gonna kink shame, but fucking collecting infected people ears? I don't like that, chief. Throughout the game though, I always had the most excitement and the most dopamine whenever I could just upgrade my bike, even compared to the weapons. And that will bring me on to my next part, the combat. This game is an open world, third-person action game. All right, stick with me. Yes, it does have a stealth mechanic where you like crouch in a bush and you're completely invisible to the human eye. That's a check. Yes, it does have these like 1-button quick time events to assassinate people if you get them from stealth. It also has a slow-mo feature, you know, when you aim your gun to line up the perfect shot, like GTA and every other third-person game. And yes, it does have a melee system that requires you to get bits and bobs from around the map and, you know, craft it all together. Then you do a couple hits with it and it breaks, and then you rinse and repeat. But it doesn't mean that any of these systems are bad by like any means. Maybe the shooting sort of sucks, especially at the start, but I kind of like it. And I think it's done like that by design. The shooting in this game is one of the many reasons it got criticized, especially early on. And I agree with you, it's fucking rough. At the start of your game, your reticle is huge and really shaky, and it makes it a pain in the ass to hit anything. But I honestly believe that's sort of the point. How are you meant to be afraid of this new world you're thrown into, this apocalypse, if you're literally the incarnation of John Wick? They call me the John Wick of the zombie apocalypse because I am fucking blue balls and horny. Just like John Wick. But there are zombies. If you're going into bandit camps being like, headshot, 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 killing spree, Kilimanjaro, kill you now. When the horde jumps you and you're full on surprise, you're like, holy fucking shit. You pop your slow-mo. Is it really that exciting if within a 30 mag round, you 30 tap every single freaker there? Pop, pop, pop. And to that point, I was like, where's the tension? Where's the fear? A big part of this game is the fear factor. And if you could shoot well, especially at the start, I think you'd mitigate a lot of that. But I promise you it gets better. You can get more skills. You'll see in the footage here, it gets better. And honestly, it's sort of rewarding. I don't know what it is, but like getting the pistol 1D. One dig. One dig. One dig. Mwah, chef's kiss. Nice. I love it. For the early game and beyond, it's the melee that really makes a difference here. Hand-to-hand combat is one of the best parts of this game. It feels crunchy. It feels good. The animations and the sounds of every swing and hit and connection just feels right. It is as brutal as you'd expect it to be from a game that is set in a zombie apocalypse. When things get dire, you've always got your boot knife. It's a different level of stress you can feel when you've broken all your melee weapons. You just have this boot knife and you're praying to God the freakers die. The crafting system, although simple, it's well implemented. It makes players, especially in the early game, really consider what to spend their resources on. Resources such as scrap are crucial in making and maintaining like melee weapons, but it's also really crucial to keep your bike running. So there's always that dichotomy of like what to choose. It's like, do I repair my bat or do I do a couple more swings to see if I can, you know, just get that little bit extra out of it before I put it back into my bike? Because like my bike's on 20%. If I get hit again or something happens, if I get ambushed on the road, I'm going to be stranded without this bike. To me, the combat is engaging, but most importantly, it's just enjoyable. And thank God, because this game's story is long. And I'm telling you now, if the combat sucked, I wouldn't have put in the 36 hours it's taken to finish the campaign 3 fucking times. So finally, we get to talk about the story. So, spoiler alert, the story is passable. It does what it does. It does what it needs to do. It is nothing to write home about. I don't think they're going to get a HBO mega series out of it, but I think it's enjoyable. I think you can sit down and consume the story and be like, yeah, I'm happy with that. I am a huge sucker for like zombie stories, okay? I'm a huge sucker for like when it shows like the start of the apocalypse. You know, when civilization's still sort of running and then everything around us is like slowly crumbling. I love it. I read books about it. I watch shows about it. I watch Fear the Walking Dead. Enough said. And I also really fucking love Sam Witwer, who's the actor that plays Deacon, and like he's in The Mist, he's in The Walking Dead that one time as the tank zombie, fun fact. So I'm gonna try and stay as unbiased as humanly possible when I'm talking about the story. The Sparks Notes version is that you play as Deacon St. John and you hang out with your biker brother Boozer. Also, sick name by the way, shout out to Boozer. And you guys are drifters in Oregon. So pretty much what that means is for all the little encampments that have been set up since the 2 years the apocalypse has gone past, you do all the jobs for them, you know, bounty hunting, collecting freaks, clearing nests, that sort of thing. Pretty much, Deacon is still grieving over the loss of his wife Sarah. Turns out though, maybe she's not dead. And that is pretty much the premise of the game. There's also this band of like religious cultists. If you've read, watched, or consumed any type of zombie media, there's always this group, okay? And their whole thing, all right? Get this. They've got a catchphrase. This is my favorite part. They got a fucking catchphrase. It's get low. I don't know, man. It's like the stupidest part of the game. And it's like the main like antagonistic force for a lot of the game. We also can't talk about the story in its like entirety without mentioning this like story component, but the hordes. The hordes are the best part of this game. The hordes are what they advertised in E3 in 2016. And they are like the creme de la coupe, creme de la crop. Is that how you say it? The franchise should be built on this mechanic. You have to get through about 90% of the campaign. I'm talking like a 36-hour campaign, hour 30. You finally get access to the equipment that lets you fight back against the hordes. Then suddenly your map opens up and all those hordes that have been sort of like roaming around and bullying you are suddenly like little objectives on the map. And you can be like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking fight that horde. The campaign takes you to the Sawmill Horde, which is the one that they show off in the E3 trailer. And it is by far the best part of the game, just hands down. It's this force of freaks that don't stop until you're dead or you've killed them all. Oh, I'm dead. Goodbye. Aha! Fuck. It is so good. It's upsettingly good because they lock it behind 90% of this campaign. And as I said, the campaign's alright. It's nothing crazy. It was my motivating force while playing it. It's just like, get to the hordes. You know that South Park bit with the dragons and fucking George R.R. Martin's like, the pizzas are coming. The pizzas are coming. It's just like, the hordes are coming. There's a horde. And there's like, oh, we can't fight it though, but there's a horde. But when you get to the horde, it is worth it. It is such a cool fucking experience. Every horde battle is fucking fantastic. And it makes me wish at least a small showcase of like what a horde could be earlier in the game, because I think people would judge it less harshly. It truly is the best part of this game. And I cannot stress that enough. Just play a horde. Thematically, these hordes make sense. In the world, it makes sense. In the lore, it makes sense to why it's like so far behind in the campaign. But just, man, I wish you could play these things earlier. But when you think about a zombie apocalypse, I don't think like forest alpine views, scenic mountains, and biker gangs are the first thing that come to your mind. However, Days Gone sort of breaks the bones of this mentality and sets these like core ideas as their like foundation for the entire zone. So you have like your snowfields, you have your like desert ranges, and you have like your forest alpine. And these open up as you progress through the story. But the point was, there's enough diversity and like little activities and open world stuff that makes you want to explore. The environmental storytelling in this game is fucking elite. And I want to talk about like one of my favorite ones. So the government, right, they were fucking on top of it. They're like, what if we got all of these corpses, put them on a train and ditch them in the middle of this forest in Oregon? And then the government heads were like, that's fucking genius. So that's what they did. They started mass piling these graves all across Oregon. Turns out what they didn't know is that like the stench of the bodies was attracting the freaks. This mass gravesite is a feeding ground for the freaks. During the day, you can see this really grim foresty train station that just has these mass of bodies and body bags. And you go, that's fucking weird. At nighttime, however, that place is fucked because that's where they want to feed. That's where they go to eat. A lot of the time, you will find this big fuck off horde very early in the game chilling at this like government mass grave. I don't know. It's just fucking cool. I love how there's lore behind it, and there's heaps of places like that. That's only just one thing I explained because that's something you can find within the first like 10 minutes of playing. And everything in Oregon has a reason and like just deeper lore behind it if you're that inclined to learn about it. However, in the open world, you'll be just like solving little puzzles at these government checkpoints. You'll be taking on bandit camps, avoiding hordes or fighting them if you're brave enough, dealing with little random world events, and then getting hit by a lot of random like encounters. But this game has so many like interesting locations and just visuals, I couldn't help but just be immersed to the point where I even want to visit Oregon. Like I actually want to go and leave my fucking house and travel to Oregon. I haven't felt like that since GTA 5. And even how amazing GTA 5 was, I still don't want to go to LA, like ever. Even on my third time playing this game, I still find myself stopping at all these weird and like unique locations. Mostly because I'm a loot whore. I don't remember ever exploring this. Another fucking kid's toy. Oh, what the fuck? One favorite part of the world that I haven't even talked about yet, Ben Studios used like real life locations in Oregon and then like zombified them. At one point, there's an encampment on Wizard Island, like a human settlement. And for anyone that's not in Oregon, because I didn't even know what the fuck this was, Wizard Island's a real place. It is just an island in the middle of a massive lake in Oregon. So someone saw that in Ben Studios and was like, this would be the perfect zombie apocalypse base. And he was fucking right. It's so cool. It's just such a fucking cool idea. I love the fact that some dev was just like, you know that conversation you have with your friends where it's like, maybe my school would be the best place for a zombie apocalypse. Or your other mate's like, nah, my great uncle's sister's farm. That's the best place to go. A dev just was like, this is a fuck off island in the middle of a lake. This is where I'd go. And he was right. It's just so fucking cool. I just really appreciate that feature. And I just love the fact that they made a big fuck off island an actual human stronghold. By now, it's pretty commonly theorized Days Gone 2 is not happening. And that's mainly because of the review scores. When the game launched, it was just hit with just like middle of the range scores. I do think Ben Studios was just fucking shafted on this one, boys. It's just crazy to me that games like Cyberpunk can be, you know, revolutionized and updated to the point where it's a completely different game and people fucking froth it, right? Where Days Gone has to just sit in the shadow of its day one launch review scores. Now on current gen hardware and like PCs, the game's fantastic. It's phenomenal. On a PS4, I get how like running at 30 frames isn't fucking ideal. I get that there'd be frame rate spikes when there's like 1,000 freaks on my screen trying to eat me. It's just this meme of a sequel that will never come. This is the legacy that Days Gone gets. It also really doesn't fucking help when the ex-lead dev of Days Gone just posts the most manic, stupid shit on Twitter. He goes fucking rogue. Just shut up. I just want my sequel. I just want my zombie game sequel. Instead of this shit, Last of Us 3 ain't coming for another fucking 10 years. Multiplayer's dead in the water. They're not adding a fucking Destiny 3. Give me something, man. Give me fucking something. Moral is, it really sucks to see so many people just avoid this game based on a review that was like 5 years old. I do wish that PlayStation could truly just give this franchise a chance. There's apparently like a movie in the works. That's old news. I don't know if that's even still happening. I still have hope that there'll be a sequel one day, and maybe with Ben Studios' new IP just being ripped, it's like either retire the company, which is fucking brutal. I hope they don't do that, or just make a Days Gone 2. There's an audience there. It might not be what you want, but there's still an audience compared to this. While they're spending millions on just other weird tangent side projects, Days Gone just sitting there like the forgotten middle child, just begging for attention. It deserves a second chance. And although I do have hopes that maybe one day in the far future after GTA 7 comes out, we might see a Days Gone 2, I'm not holding out too much hope. Days Gone is truly one of my top 10 zombie games of all time. Please give it a shot. It might not be for you, but at least you can say, hey, I fucking tried it, and hey, the shooting sucked. But guys, if you did enjoy, thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, please like, comment, tell me, do you think I'm wrong? Like, do you guys play Days Gone? You fucking hate it? You're like, Luke, you're a fucking dumbass. Thank you for watching. If you guys liked some of the content, try LFG Horror Stories. Completely different, but you might enjoy that too. Or if not, try my newest video. Don't know what that is. Maybe I'm fucking playing RuneScape or something. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I'm playing Destiny. Hope not. But anyway, guys, have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Baba booey. And I can only wish I could say the same about like the review devs. Review devs? It's not even fucking English, bro. Somebody gonna match my freak?